Which is best, the new Audi A6 e-tron, the BMW i5, or the Tesla Model S? The i5's price ranges from $67,000 to $84,000. The Model S's price ranges from $75,000 to $90,000, and the A6 e-tron's price range is from $80,000 to $100,000. But which vehicle is the best? Well, in this episode, we are going to find out. Now let's compare these vehicles' exterior designs. The i5 is not the best looking. On the front, there's way too much going on with the bumper, and it has a fake grille, which it doesn't need. It's electric. The side is pretty good. I like the flush door handles, and the body panels do look smooth. But on the back, it's too complicated. There's too much going on with the bumper. But I do really like the taillights, and this is the heaviest vehicle here. It weighs over 4,800 pounds. Very heavy. But it does have a pretty low drag coefficient. It has a drag coefficient of 0.23 CD. That's good. The A6 e-tron is the second best looking. On the front, I absolutely love the daytime running lights. They have super cool animations. Below are the actual headlights. The bumper design is pretty complex, but it's blacked out, which makes it look cleaner. There's shinier trim on the S6, but I prefer the black trim. This vehicle also has a fake grille. It is body colored, but it's still very visible. I'm not sure how I feel about the side. The body panels are very smooth, even smoother than the i5's. But I don't know how I feel about that black trim near the side skirt. It would have looked so much better without that. But the door handles are really cool. The back looks nice. The light bar is awesome. It has so many cool animations, just like the daytime running lights. The bumper design is pretty complex, but for sure it's cleaner than the i5's. This vehicle also is lighter. It weighs over 4,700 pounds. Its drag coefficient also is lower. It has a drag coefficient of 0.21 CD. Very good. The Model S is the best looking. On the front, it looks so clean. I love the headlights, and there's no fake grille. It looks so sharp. The bumper is also way cleaner. The side profile is gorgeous. The flush door handles look so cool, and the body panels are so smooth. The back also is really nice. I love the taillights, and the bumper looks way cleaner. And out of the three, this vehicle is the lightest. It weighs over 4,500 pounds. It also has the lowest drag coefficient. It has a drag coefficient of 0.208 CD. Very impressive. The A6 e-tron has a nice interior. These big displays give it a high-tech feeling, and the overall design is nice. It has ambient lighting, which makes it look even better. It also has a panoramic glass roof, and it has a really cool feature to reduce the amount of sunlight entering the cabin. That's a very good feature, and usually Audi's interior quality is very good. Their interiors have expensive feeling materials, and all of the pieces and trims feel solid. Overall, it's a very nice interior, but it's not as nice as the i5's interior. This interior is super luxurious. It has these big displays as well. These displays give this cabin a high-tech feeling. So does the ambient lighting. The ambient lighting in this vehicle looks so cool. It really is beautiful, and so is the interior design. This interior looks way more luxurious than the A6 e-trons. This vehicle also is available with a glass roof, letting in loads of light into the cabin. And you can never go wrong with BMW's interior quality. Their interiors feel very solid, and all of the materials feel super expensive. It's a very nice interior. The Model S also has a very nice interior. Unfortunately, it doesn't have ambient lighting, which kind of lets down the experience. But soon Tesla will be adding it to the Model S. These huge screens give this cabin a super high-tech feeling. And design-wise, I like this the most. It looks the cleanest, and it's very modern. It gets a glass roof as standard, letting in loads of light into the cabin. Tesla's interior quality also has improved a lot. Their latest vehicles have soft touch materials everywhere inside, and their interiors feel way more solid than before. The Audi's interior is pretty nice, the Tesla's interior looks awesome, and the i5's interior is very luxurious. These are all very nice interiors. The A6 e-tron gets two displays as standard. You have your driver's display and the center display, which provides most of the vehicle's controls. You can pay extra for the passenger's display, which cannot be seen by the driver while driving. This display has entertainment for the passenger. The i5 has two displays as standard. You have your driver's display and the center display, which also provides most of the vehicle's controls. There is no passenger's display available with this vehicle. The Model S has three displays as standard. You have your driver's display and the huge center display, which provides every single vehicle control. Like the i5, you can't get a display for the passenger, but unlike the other two, it has a screen in the back for rear passengers to keep them entertained. Both the A6 e-tron and the i5 have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The Model S has neither of them. Tesla's infotainment system is so good. This is basically their own version of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It already has Google Maps as standard, and if you pay for a certain subscription, you will get a bunch of different music apps, and there are so many other applications that you can use. All three vehicles have over-the-air updates, so as you own each of these vehicles, they get better over time. Now the A6 e-tron's voice assistant features ChatGPT, really cool. It also has App Store on the center and the passenger display, so you can download different applications. Pretty cool. The i5 though is even more high-tech. It features Air Console games, so you can play different games on the center display and use your phone as the controller. It also has YouTube, so you can watch different videos while parked. It also has augmented video for navigation, so when you set a destination, it will show the front camera, and on top of that it will display different arrows pointing towards the direction you will have to go. That way you never make a wrong turn. Very cool. But the Model S is the most high-tech here. It has a bunch of different games you can play on the center and rear displays. Certain games can be controlled using the steering wheel, and you can also connect a game controller with this vehicle via Bluetooth. You can also watch so many different videos on these displays. It has YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Twitch, and even TikTok. There's also a feature called Pin to Drive. You will have to set a passcode that you will be entering before driving the vehicle. That way it never gets stolen. It also has dog mode, so when you leave your pet inside, this feature will keep the climate on and display a message letting people outside know the pet inside is safe. There's also Sentry mode, which constantly records around your vehicle for suspicious activity when outside. If it captures something, it will save that into its built-in dashcam, which comes as standard. You can view those clips through the Tesla app or on the center display. And for a certain subscription, you can view the live camera feed via the mobile app. It's such a high-tech vehicle. It is the most high-tech out of all three, but it's very close. The i5 has a 655 watt Bowers & Wilkins sound system that has 18 speakers. It comes as standard with the higher end versions, but with the lower end versions, you will have to pay extra for it. The A6 e-tron has an 830 watt Bang & Olufsen sound system, which has 20 speakers. The Model S has a 960 watt sound system designed by Tesla, which has 22 speakers. All three vehicles have active noise cancellation technology. They also have a surround view, which comes as standard with the Model S, but you will have to pay extra for that with the i5, and likely you will have to pay extra for that with the A6 e-tron as well. Overall, these are very high-tech vehicles. The A6 e-tron is very high-tech. The i5 is even more high-tech, but the Model S is the most high-tech. The BMW i5 is the least practical out of all three vehicles. Its trunk is up to 17 cubic feet of space, which is pretty good, but it doesn't have a frunk. That's because the i5 shares its production line with the 5 Series, which has an internal combustion engine, and it's going to take quite a lot of engineering and time to put a frunk. In second place for practicality comes the A6 e-tron. It has a hatchback-style trunk, which not only is bigger with a space of 17.7 cubic feet of space when the rear seats are up, and 46.9 cubic feet of space when the rear seats are down, it also makes it way easier to load in items. And it also has a frunk, which has a volume of 1 cubic foot. The Model S though is the most practical. With the rear seats up, it has up to 25 cubic feet of space in its trunk. With the rear seats down, it has up to 61 cubic feet of space, and the frunk provides an additional 3.1 cubic feet of space. Very impressive. The standard A6 e-tron has one electric motor driving the rear wheels. It makes 362 horsepower and 417 pound-feet of torque. All A6 e-tron models have a 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack. The A6 e-tron has a range of 470 miles. 470 miles, that's insane. The S6 e-tron has 2 electric motors, one at each axle. They make 543 horsepower and 630 pound-feet of torque. It has a range of 419 miles. Both models can charge at 270 kilowatts. The i5 eDrive 40 has one electric motor driving the rear wheels. It makes 335 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. All i5 models get an 85 kilowatt-hour battery pack. The eDrive 40 only has a range of 295 miles. The xDrive 40 has 2 electric motors. They make 389 horsepower and 435 pound-feet of torque. It has a range of 266 miles. The M60 also has 2 electric motors, but they're more powerful. They make 593 horsepower and 605 pound-feet of torque. It has a range of 253 miles. The Model S long range has two electric motors. They make 670 horsepower and 725 pound-feet of torque. All Model S versions get a 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack. The long range has 406 miles of range. The Plaid has three electric motors, one in the front, two in the back. They make 1,020 horsepower and 1,050 pound-feet of torque. Insane numbers. It has a range of 359 miles. All versions can charge at 250 kilowatts. So then, how fast can these vehicles go? The A6 E-TRON rear-wheel drive can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds. The S6 E-TRON can go in 3.8 seconds. The i5 eDrive 40 can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.7 seconds. The xDrive 40 can go in 5.2 seconds. And the M60 can go in 3.7 seconds. Very fast, but the Model S is crazy fast. The long range can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.1 seconds. The Plaid can go in 1.99 seconds. 1.99 seconds. That is absolutely mind-blowing. All vehicles get adaptive air suspension for a smoother, more comfortable ride, and improved handling. They constantly adjust based on the road conditions for a smoother ride, and you can adjust their ride heights. All three vehicles have sway bars, which reduces body roll when turning, giving them better stability. They also have variable ratio steering. With this, the steering ratio constantly adjusts based on the steering angle and other driving conditions. At low speeds, the steering is more sensitive. At higher speeds, it's less sensitive. This system provides more responsive steering feedback and makes the steering of these vehicles more controllable. Now, the A6 e-tron and the i5 get rear wheel steering. So at low speeds, their back wheels turn at the opposite direction of the front wheels, reducing their turning circles. At higher speeds, the back wheels turn at the same direction as the front wheels, giving them better stability. Unfortunately, the Model S doesn't have this feature, but all three vehicles have instant torque. Since they're electric, they all have a single-speed transmission, and electric motors provide consistent power in a wide speed range, compared to internal combustion engines. So just press the accelerator all the way down, and electric cars just take off instantly. They also have regenerative braking, which makes the driving experience so much easier. Just lift your foot off the accelerator, and they will stop by themselves. And while they stop, they will recharge the battery at the same time. It's good for the battery, and it makes the driving experience more convenient. And since the battery pack is at the bottom of all three vehicles, they have a low center of gravity, which will also reduce body roll, giving them better stability. And these vehicles have a lot of driving assistant features. They have adaptive cruise control, which automatically accelerates and brakes for vehicles in front, and steering assist to keep them inside of the lane. Unfortunately, you will have to pay extra for these features with the i5 and the A6 e-tron. The Model S gets it as standard, but you will have to pay extra for the lane change assist with all three vehicles. For the Model S, the lane change assist feature comes with a full self-driving package, which will allow this vehicle to drive completely by itself, even on city roads. So you just have to enter a destination, and this vehicle can drive all the way to that location. This vehicle is way more advanced when it comes to self-driving. It's amazing. All three vehicles have forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking. They have lane departure avoidance and blind spot assist. Overall, these vehicles are very advanced, and their advanced features make the driving experience even better. So which is best, the Audi A6 e-tron, the BMW i5, or the Tesla Model S? While the A6 e-tron is a fantastic vehicle, its range is excellent, it's very practical, and it's the newest vehicle here. The i5 is also an awesome vehicle. It's very luxurious and high-tech, but the Model S is the winner, mainly because it has the best technology, it's the most practical, it has excellent range, it has a beautiful interior, looks fantastic on the outside, and charging a Tesla is much more convenient. These are all fantastic vehicles, but the Model S is the best. Which vehicle do you guys prefer? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode.